This video content is not intended for children.
This video content is educational and informative. Realistic fishing is not fake and won't pretend to be excited just for views. He will not say he loves you or call you his fam, hoping you'll purchase something. He is not promoting any brand, company, or product in particular. This content is not sponsored and is brought to you solely by Realistic Fishing.
Welcome back to Realistic Fishing. Well, my last video caused a splash. It's one of my highest viewed videos in a while, and it was about fishing pressure at a public park. I was over here fishing on this dock, and a boat came into this creek right here, right? It was fishing right around here. It came in, did a circle, went back out. There's a barge over here. Great reference point, because I'm going to show you some casts and show you how small things get as they get further away from the camera, because there were people in the comments calling me a bitch.
LMFAO, you are a little bitch. They never came close.
Telling me to be a man.
That guy was a football field away from you, and you're crying about it? Wow. Be a man about it, dude. Jeez.
Telling me the boat was nowhere near me.
Oh my God, you're constantly whining. They didn't crowd you, and you are crying like a baby. They never approached your position. Caring much?
You guys just have no idea how an action cam lens operates. I'm gonna make some casts. Watch how small I get when I get to where the lure lands. I look like I'm miles away, even though I'm not. This should be a fun experiment. Perfect. Look at this guy. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He's cruising the lake, thinking about coming in here, but he sees people. I'm here. There's another guy down there at the point. He looks like he's miles away. He's not. I can hear his conversation. He's not far away. Good on this guy for passing us up, though. Credit to that guy. He even waved. He's just cruising on by. Much different than what happened last time. So here I am in the parking lot, parallel to the dock I was fishing from. Right, when I first got there, I made a few casts right here as he was coming in the creek. So I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna cast this way, parallel with the creek, and we're gonna see how small I get as I walk that way to where my lure lands. I'm gonna hand the camera off to Miss Realistic. Please stand here. I don't know if you can hear me, but this is where my no-effort cast landed. Easily beyond where the guy was fishing. It looks like I'm really far away, but that was a no-effort cast. Let's try it one more time. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, one more time, parallel with the dock. Let's see how much distance I can get. We'll put a little more effort into it, and we're gonna see how far and how small I look. Keep turning around. All right. All right, I'm handing the camera off to Miss Realistic. Let's see how far it went. Here's where that boat was. Here's my lure. Am I a football field away? No.
Hey, you're watching Realistic Fishing with Butterbean, that's me. Keep it realistic.
Well, I left Skeletor Park because a crew of female inmates came to pick up the trash, and I don't want them in the video. I don't think they want to be in the video, but we're still going to talk about this. So, as you can see, when I casted out and I walked to where my lure landed, I looked like I was miles away. So all you morons out there who are saying that boat was nowhere near me don't know what you're talking about.
I guess by all the stupid comments, you and your followers must not fish a lot. You are fishing right next to a boat ramp, so there will be people in boats fishing. And it looks like the boat stayed out of the cove where you were fishing in. And what about all the boats and people fishing prior to you? And the boater, should he just cry, I guess I can't catch anything? Because people fished here on the bank and used boats yesterday? I fished behind a boater from the bank and slayed the bass. I just figured they were fishing for a different species anyway. Share the water and quit making excuses. Practice, work on your technique.
Shut up, fool!
Don't you know that an action cam lens is like a fisheye lens corrected by software? Everything gets really small the moment you get, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet away from the lens. Oh, these internet know-it-alls, trolls. You think I'm the bitch? You think I'm the crybaby?
They weren't even close to you, bro. They saw you and didn't come right up on you. If anything, the distance they were at wouldn't affect your bank fishing whatsoever. Stop crying like a little bitch and either buy a boat or deal with it. Good God, you and the peanut gallery here act like y'all need 2 miles of bank to fish. I fished in smaller areas with boats on top of me and nailed bass that made the boaters cry like little bitches. Learn to really fish.
Bullshit!
You're the one crying in the comments on a YouTube video. Some of these comments range from things like, "You sound dumb."
You sound dumb.
Right? Oh, good one. To, "Hey, they bought a boat and paid for all this expensive stuff, so they should get to fish wherever they want and you just need to shut up." Right? Cool.
They bought a boat and a trailer and a vehicle to tow the boat. They bought all the required equipment for the boat. They pay yearly registration for the boat and the trailer. You bought a rod and reel. They never caught a fish that I saw, so what's your deal? Everyone just wants to catch a fish.
Cool justification for not having any common courtesy. Other people are like, "I caught fish behind a boat, you just suck," right? Calling people bitch constantly. I think we know who the bitch really is. Anyway, I'm not saying that bank fishermen are angels, right? They can totally crowd each other. And sometimes, like, they're fishing on a dock near a boat ramp and they don't move out of the way, right? When a boat's coming and you're on the dock or standing on the boat ramp, you really should get out of the way. But when a guy is fishing on the bank and someone in a boat runs over his lines, fishes right next to him, it's a douche move. Literally, you could go anywhere on the lake, but you want to fish that 75, 100-foot stretch of shoreline, and then you act like he is the problem. Look at the ratio, dude. It's like 96% of the people agree with me that boaters shouldn't be douchebags and leave bank fishermen alone. And you lousy, crybaby little 4% telling me to shut up.
Try to, bitch, less.
You just don't know what it means to have self-awareness, maybe a little bit of decency.
Dude, chill. Life is good if you have a positive outlook. You're so negative. Don't have time for your Karenism. No like, no subscribe for you.
Maybe compassion for people who are just a little bit less well off than you.
It could also be because you fish the same dead spots over and over. I get you don't have a boat, but try a kayak or inflatable if hauling is an issue.
I don't care if you have a boat. It doesn't make you cool. These people in the comments saying, you should just get a boat or stop whining. I actually have 4 boats. If you know anything about the channel, you've seen me out in several boating videos. I have a bass boat, a mid-sized John boat, a small John boat, and I'm still not a douchebag.
Can't listen to you complain the whole video.
So, when it comes to fishing on the bank, I'm not going to take it back. I'll die on this hill. If you're a bank fisherman and you're fishing where there's heavy boat traffic, like if you're at the park and you see someone fishing the bank on a boat, the fishing is going to be more difficult. That's a matter of fact. High pressure equals harder to fish.
Is there a part 2 to this video? Nothing you were describing happened, including not catching fish.
Thanks for watching Realistic Fishing. Check the ratio, bitch, and keep it realistic.
I will not stand for this bullshit!